We live in an age of instant gratification. The tech boom has conditioned us to expect things immediately. The internet and smartphones have made it possible for companies like Amazon and Netflix and hundreds of others to serve our needs faster and more efficiently than ever. These companies have changed the way we order packages, watch movies, share photos, buy cars, meet people, and now, how we get around.
Started out as a service for Travis's friends, and the idea when they thought it up was, what if I could hit a button and a car would get to me within 10 minutes, just on demand, which now is down to about 2 minutes on average. The idea that you can go anywhere in the world, you can open up your phone, your credit card's on file, and you can just hit a button and a car gets to you within a matter of minutes. You get in, you get out, you don't have to tip, has made it really popular. The taxi industry wasn't doing a good job, right? Like, people could not get around, they had to own a car. Like, there was just no other way to get around. And what we'll see is a lot of previous taxi drivers join Uber not under the taxi product, but under like their personal car. There's this flexibility where we have NFL players driving for Uber, we have teachers who, you know, it's summer and they want some extra income. We have people doing it full time, and who are really happy about the earnings they're making. So it can be basically as much of a job as people want it to be. I started in 2010 as an intern, and it was just me and 3 dudes, and we were doing a few trips a day, and we were pretty excited about it. And then there was talk of, like, should we try a new market? Because this is huge here, and I said, let me do that. My job is to look at all the new markets and new countries and see, you know, where should we be in Africa? Where should we be in China? How do we get in those markets? And so I kind of have to see, my job is to see the potential of will this work there? We're in about 315 cities, 57 countries, and they're all the markets are really healthy.
Since its San Francisco debut in 2009, Uber's popularity has exploded. The company now has over 8 million current users and is present in over 315 cities in over 58 countries, with new markets opening every day. The company, now worth $50 billion, has found success in providing cheaper rides and impressive salaries to its drivers. We talked to one driver to gain insight into the driver experience.
Probably been a partner for almost a year, just about. I have a couple friends that do the town cars. So, you know, they were telling me that it was something that I might be interested in. I looked into it because of the schedule flexibility, and basically just went in and signed up. It varies between, I would say, 25 and 35 hours a week. Just about, but I put the majority of the hours on the weekends. Like, on the weekends I'll do 12 and 14 hour weeks. You can take breaks whenever you want or whatever. If I get a little fatigued, I can pull over, take a nap, eat, get coffee, whatever. But I usually try to, like, I'm coming from the East Bay right now, so I usually, when I come out here, I try to make the day count, you know. I'm kind of spoiled to being able to dictate my own schedule, you know. I got a 3-year-old too, so this allows me to maximize the amount of time I spend with him, while at the same time working the amount of hours that I need to pay the bills. If I wake up one day and I don't want to go to work, I just don't go to work, you know. But then that means the next day I just got to work that much harder. But it's better to say that than have to go to another job. You go 9 to 5, and whether you want to be there that day or not, you got to be there. The surges probably don't happen as much because there's drivers everywhere. If you turn on the app right now and you look for an Uber car, probably look like cockroaches in the kitchen. There's like 15 or 20, you know, on the app within a 2 to 3 block vicinity. If they wanted to be honest, they would just put how much you walk home with, not how much you're making per hour. Like, subtract my commission, subtract the $1 rider fee, and estimating gas usage and then tell me how much I'm making an hour. You know, you wouldn't have areas what you guys
doing. My name is Hani Kellett, and I'm the owner of Marine Green Cab. I used to work for a big insurance company, and then it was a merger, and we got all laid off, and I figured, well, just do something else. I enjoy driving and being outdoors, so it's just what I enjoy doing. I concentrate on my clientele. I mean, there's always new clientele coming and somebody, or the old clientele moves or whatever. But in general, that's what I do. That's why I don't really take a lot of school runs, because I base my business on the returning business. You build kind of a relationship, and that's what you want to stay with. You always have tourists in town. You have needs like kids need to be transported to schools to and from. You have the elderly that needs a ride from their house to the doctors. You have people that need a ride from the grocery store to their house. There's all kinds of transportations. In the city, there's a lot of young people that just use Uber or Lyft to go from point A to point B, a few blocks. They don't think about it. They don't think about, is that transportation really, you know, is that guy really covered in the event there is an accident and I get hurt? So that is definitely the advantage of using a cab. With Uber, there is no commercial insurance. You have a driver out there that works on his own insurance. It doesn't matter whose fault it was if the Uber driver gets hit or he hits somebody and you get injured. It is very difficult to go after the insurance companies based on the fact that he didn't carry commercial insurance. I don't think the cab industry would disappear.
What Uber kind of symbolizes or plays into more broadly right now is just the sharing economy and the on-demand economy. Like, people want things now. Everything goes back to I can take out my phone and there's like I can pay my bills, I can do all these things, I can get a car, I can get a meal. So the smartphone piece is kind of really what set everyone up here. A whole on-demand culture has sprung off of what we're doing, but just the idea of doing things in real time and having access to things that were previously such a hassle has made it really popular, right? Like I've seen hundreds of little pop-ups very similar to our app of like, here, get quarters on demand for your laundry. Here, do your laundry on demand. Get your medicine on demand. Get a dog wash on demand. Like, it's just kind of changing the entire landscape of how we used to do things. Is suddenly like things come to you instead of you going to do anything. If we've reimagined a new and better kind of taxi system, why not just shift over to that? So I've already seen it just kind of crippled by what we're doing. I think it's certainly hard to watch, but a lot of them are just getting on board. Like when they kind of get on board with this new thing, they actually tend to be happier, and it's more sustainable for them. Like, we plan to be everywhere, right? And we're in over 300 cities. So the lens I look through is not will this work, it's just how do we make it work. Is there a place for taxis in the future? I don't think so.